Good morning. Yesterday, Jay taught us in his message that number one, our lives are not our own, that our lives belong to God. Two, that God has made us managers over our life, over our money, over our health, over our relationships, and so on. Jay and I spent a great deal of time last week leading up to that message talking about ways that he and I were going to try to improve the management of our own lives. We looked at several different ways, but one of the ways that I felt particularly challenged is in the area of exercising and eating healthy again. I've kind of gone through a nosedive slump period. I think we all hit these periods in different areas of our life. We're very disciplined for a while and we store up and we think, oh, we're doing really well. But then we get kind of lazy because we've hit this plateau area. I think we do this in relationships. I think we do this in our money. I think we do this in our health. What I want to challenge you with is to read this story in Luke chapter 12, starting at verse 13 through verse 21. It talks about a guy who stored up. Jesus tells us a story about a guy who stores up because he has plenty, but then God isn't pleased with him because he's kind of gotten lazy in that. Uh, in the last verse, verse 21 says this is how it will be for those who store up things for themselves, but are not rich towards God. See, God doesn't care if we have enough for ourselves. That's not how He wants us to manage the business He's given us, our lives. He wants us to manage with this idea that we're to make an investment not only for ourselves, but for our relationships, for our families, for our community, for our schools, for our state, our country, and so on. In what way today do you need to be disciplined to get back into that mode of, you know what, I got to keep pushing forward. God has given me this time that I need to invest wisely. I need to manage wisely. He's given me this body that I need to manage wisely, this money. And let's not compare ourselves to what others have, but let's compare ourselves to what God would want us to be and strive towards that. So, God, today, help us to manage our time, our talents, and our treasures wisely. In Jesus' name.